proofreading at Distributed Proofreaders. So this is a book called The American Spirit in Education, A Chronicle of Great Teachers. It was published in 1921, and it looks at what it says, the great educators in American history starting in colonial times, actually. And I've actually found it a surprisingly interesting book, and I proofread it regularly. And I found this word that made me go, what does that mean? I haven't seen that word. I've seen parts of the word, but not the word. So first, let me read you the context. Certain words have been italicized in the passage just quoted to show how clearly Franklin, and that's Benjamin Franklin, had conceived of the Herbartian principle of the necessity of an apperceptive or apperceptive basis for the reception of knowledge nearly 100 years before Herbart became known, and also that he advocated the case method of teaching ethics, now brought forward as a novelty. So this section has been on Benjamin Franklin and his thoughts on education. But this word, apperceptive, I don't think it's apperceptive, because like usually when A is used like that, there would just be one P, and the A would then mean like not or without. So I don't think it's about not being perceptive or not perception. So let's see what this word actually means. And now I'm going to search Google for it. So what is apperception? Apperception. I think probably apperception. Apperception means relating new information to past experiences. For example, perceiving a chair is a perception, but apperceiving it is how your mind relates it to other chairs that you've seen. Oh, okay. I think I've seen this when I went back to college and was taking things like how to study. They called this kind of a thing scaffolding. So your initial perception of something, once you learn about it, it becomes like the scaffold on which you can integrate and understand further information. So let's look at that now, back again in context. Certain words have been italicized in the passage just quoted to show how clearly Franklin had conceived of the Hebartian principle of the necessity of an apperceptive basis for the reception of knowledge nearly 100 years before this other person had put that theory forth, I would imagine, and also advocated the case method of teaching ethics. Interesting. So basically, what they're just saying right there is that students need to have that scaffolding I just talked about. They need to have that scaffolding for the reception of knowledge, of, I would say, new knowledge. Okay, that's actually a cool word. Apperceptive, I imagine it's how it's pronounced. And again, it's not a word I don't imagine I would use much in everyday life, but learning new words is fun, or at least I think so. And sometimes I think when we think about old books like this one and ones that are even older, we perceive there to be a barrier, and quite often there is. The punctuation is gnarly. You see weird words like apperceptive and others, and it can feel like a barrier. But the thing is, it doesn't have to be. Not sure what it means. You might be able to figure this one out from the context, but can't figure it out. We're all on our phones. We're all on our laptops. Let Google tell you what the meaning is. Anyway, until the next time I find a fun new word in proofing or foofing. That's proofing. That's formatting. On Distributed Proofreaders. Enjoy reading old books or any other ones.